Infernal greetings, everybody. Anastasia, this video is directed mainly at you. Everybody else can chime in and say their 2 cents, but this one's directed for you, Anastasia. You once said that you adhere to the 13 principles of Wicca. You also once directed me to adhere to my rules of the earth. So I have found the principles that you do not adhere to. They're taking off of the 13 principles of Wicca. And I'm going to tell you which ones that you don't adhere to, so therefore you're not adhering to the 13 principles of Wicca. Therefore, if you're going to mix Christian with Wicca, therefore you can't even really, if you're going to call yourself adhering to 13 principles of Wicca, call yourself following them. Therefore, you're a hypocrite and a liar. The first principle that you do not adhere to is number 2. We recognize that our intelligence gives us a unique responsibility toward our environment. We seek to live in harmony with nature and ecological balance, offering fulfillment and consciousness with an evolutionary concept. Grab my glasses so I can read the notes I wrote. Okay. Number 2 clearly states evolution, not creationism. And the Bible tells man to conquer nature, not live in harmony with it. So you have violated that principle. Principle number 3. We accept a depth of power far greater than that apparent to the average person because it is far greater than ordinary. It is sometimes called supernatural, but we see it as lying within that which is normally, potentially, all. Well, you know, Anastasia, Christianity teaches that humans are worthless and all the power is within their God, not within oneself. That's direct violation. Another violation would be the 4th principle. We conceive of the creative power in the universe as manifesting through polarity, as masculine and feminine, and that this is the same creative power lies in all people and functions throughout the interactions of the masculine and feminine. We value neither above the other, knowing each to be supportive to each other. We value sex and pleasure as the symbol of embodiment of life and as one of the sources of energies used in magical practice and religious worship. Okay. Now, Anastasia, there is no male-female deities. Christianity is monotheistic as a religion with a male deity, and it denies the existence of the female deity. Christianity also says that sex for pleasure is sinful, that you should only have sex to make children. If you enjoy it, you've committed a sin. Whereas most of Wiccans I know say that Wicca embraces one's own sexuality. So there is another one that you have violated. Now let's move to the next one that you are in violation of. And that would be principle number 7. We see religion, magic, and wisdom in living as being united in the way one views the world and lives within. A worldview and philosophy of life in which we identify as witchcraft, the Wiccan way. The Bible says many times that anybody who uses witchcraft is severely punished, stoned to death, burned, many different things. But Wicca, from everybody I know and everything I've learned, embraces magic openly. Now the next one that you will have violated will be number 10. Our only animosity towards Christianity or towards any other religion or philosophy of life is to the extent that its institutions have claimed to be the only way and to have sought to deny freedoms of others or to suppress others' ways of religious practice and belief. Well, Anastasia, since Christianity claims to be the only religion, there is no way it can mix, especially with the 10th principle. And that is in direct violation of that principle. Let's see, you have another one here. Number 12. We do not accept the concept of an absolute evil, nor do we worship any entity known as Satan or the devil, as defined by the Christian tradition. We do not seek power through suffering of others, nor do we accept that personal benefit that we can be derived only by denial to another. Well, I guess here we go. Christianity does have an absolute evil. They stole the name from the Romans, but they did define an absolute evil as Lucifer, later known as Satan. So, therefore, you just heard me read it, Wiccans clearly do not. So that's in direct violation of those principles. So there you are in direct violation of at least 6, depending on how deep I went into the other ones. But Anastasia, you claim you adhere to the 13 principles, yet you want to mix Christianity with Wicca? You're in direct violation of at least 6 of them by the mixing. And I would like you, or Chrissy, to explain how you can mix the two and not be in violation of those 6 principles that I have found you in direct violation of. Please clarify that. Try to clean that one up. Oh, and then Chrissy, you know what? I hear you threaten a 59-year-old woman. Well, you know what? Does that make you feel like a big man? Well, Chrissy, why don't you threaten me? After all, I'm nothing but a toothless, waste of flesh, old man. Threaten me, Chrissy. What, you can only threaten poor old women? Does that make you a big man? Abusing women? That only shows how Christian you are. But either one of you, but preferably Anastasia, respond to them. Because you're the one that claims that you adhere to them. So you respond and tell us how you're going to clean them up. Until then, hail Satan, hail thyself, blessed be.